If you've been watching the real estate market closely, you may have noticed a tiny bit of a slowdown right now in the middle of March. Is it because of March break or is it because of something else going on? Well, you gotta watch the full video to find out. By the way, my name is Hussein Kabani. I am your favorite broker, predominantly working in the Durham region. We cross some lines around York region, Toronto. I found myself in Niagara region as well. And mainly we help our clients with resale properties. We do dabble a little bit into pre-construction, but mostly helping our clients get into the market as first-time buyers, move-up buyers, move-down buyers. We'd love to assist you guys. So if you have any questions, click on my link below it to book an appointment in my calendar or simply send me a DM. We're back with another market update. So right now is March 19th. There's been a little bit of a change in the market since we did our last update. In the last update, everything was going really quickly. Houses were coming onto the market. They'd hold back offers for 5 or 7 days and they'd be flying off the shelf with multiple offers. And it seemed like, hey, maybe that's the way the spring market is gonna go. But last week was March break, and also depending on culture and whatnot, and in the areas that I kind of trade in, there's a lot of Muslims. So also Ramadan has started. So we have seen a bit of a pullback, I would say, in the market right now. And it's only happened over the past week or 10 days or so. Whereas we're seeing that there have been more listings that have come to the market. And also at the same time, they have positioned themselves to get into multiple offers, but it's just not happening. Either they get 1 or 2 offers that they don't end up working with. The listing ultimately ends up getting terminated and that seller comes back. If they're really a motivated seller, they come back at a reasonable market value or what they actually want to get for that property at that time. So it hasn't actually been a slam dunk in the last 7 to 10 days. The interesting part is going to be to see how it actually moves forward from here. As you can imagine, I have clients that are in all different stages at this point right now. Some people are just starting to have a conversation about wanting to buy their first place or do an upgrade or a downgrade, and some people are kind of already midway through that process. So it gets very tricky to kind of manage this process right now, especially when the market changes so quickly and you don't know exactly where it's gonna go. That being said, now that we went from this crazy hype kind of in January, February, a little bit into March, and now we've seen a bit of a slowdown with increased listings coming onto the market, and now that March break is over, this is where the interesting part is gonna be. Specifically, I have a client right now that's looking to make a move into maybe a different region, but we have to really kind of see what happens in the next 7 to 10 days around their area before I can give them a confident number of what their property should sell for. I have a client that's in a situation where they're gonna have to end up purchasing first to make sure that they secure something that they like, because they don't wanna end up selling and not having something that they really like. So we're gonna be watching the market for the next 7 to 10 days, see how the sales are happening. There's some that we're watching right now, and see what a number is that they can confidently get for their property. If that makes sense, then they're gonna move forward with purchasing a property and then putting theirs on the market. But as I always talk about, we're gonna make this change right in the same market. I wanna have both of these transactions done in 7 to 10 days. I don't really wanna be a long period of time, because when you have that long period of time, things can change and they can change quickly. Even then, what I was saying is the market has kind of slowed down over the past 7 to 10 days. It could actually turn around really quickly now that March break is over. So we've seen a bunch of new listings come to the market so far already the first 2 days of the week, and they are holding back offers. A bunch of them are actually holding back offers until the following week. So I'll be curious to see what the traffic looks like, how many offers these guys get, and ultimately, if they sell, what they end up selling for. We also are gonna have some listings that are hitting the market this week, so we're again gonna be exposed to firsthand experience with what the feedback also is, and how many people are coming through, what their mindset is around this whole market at this point, and what they're actually willing to pay on some of these properties. The properties we're gonna be listing, we're still gonna be following our initial strategy, which is gonna be, we're gonna price them below market value and try to get into multiple offer situation. So it's gonna take a few days to kind of figure out where this is all gonna go. And now it could go back into that situation where, we're gonna be seeing houses come on the market, they're gonna hold back offers, and it's just gonna be a crazy market again. Or it could go a different way. It could basically just go on to hey, a house is gonna come on the market, it might end up sitting for 30, 60 days on the market, you'll have a bunch of showings, and you'll end up negotiating an offer versus having multiple offers where the buyers can't really negotiate much except how much more they wanna pay for a property. So don't know which way it's gonna go at this point right now. If I was to guess, based on previous experiences and where I have seen in March around this time, a bit of a pullback, and then we just kind of catapult forward. My experience in the market kind of tells me that I think we're gonna probably see it continue to get busy. Who knows? I'm not saying for sure that's a definite, but just based on previous experience, I think that it will pick up. I think the multiple offers will pick back up again, and that could take, a week or 2 weeks before we get back into that situation. The other thing that it could still be is that buyers are hesitating a little bit still, the ones that are out there looking to buy, because they're kind of waiting for the Bank of Canada to drop the rate. So that could also be a hesitation because, initially going into the year, we thought maybe in March, maybe in April, they're going to be dropping the rates. So far, the messaging that we get from the Bank of Canada is that they don't feel comfortable dropping the rates, despite inflation number even coming in, I think, at 2.8% yesterday. They still don't feel, from what we understand, they don't feel comfortable at dropping the rate yet. The top 6 banks in Canada here are basically urging them to drop their rate because they're finding that Canadians are suffering with the higher interest rates, and things are just going to get worse progressively if we don't lower that rate. But at the same time, Bank of Canada's message is that they don't want to lower the rate because they don't want to really stimulate the housing market further than what it's been stipulated already this year. I think their direction could change based on, how continuing the inflation numbers come in and how the housing market moves forward. Now, like say for example, this March, if we don't really pick back up and go into that crazy multiple offer situation again, then maybe Bank of Canada may consider dropping the rate sooner than they were anticipating too. I think if the Bank of Canada didn't want to tip the scales and we were in a hot market, they may wait until June or July to start lowering that rate. Because if we do have a strong market, a strong spring market, they start dropping the rate in June and July, that may not cause the market to spike even more, but typically in the summer it does kind of slow down. So what this might cause is, it just might cause it to stay even throughout the summertime by lowering that interest rate. But inflation is a huge component to lowering the interest rate as well. I mean, here in Canada, we're gonna have this carbon tax increase. It's coming up and it's gonna be like a 23% increase. So with that carbon tax increase, it's gonna affect, fuel, it's gonna affect food, it's gonna affect everything. So are we gonna see that inflation rate go up because the carbon tax has gone up at the same time? So that's still something else that's unknown that we're gonna see. So whenever someone asks me, how's the market gonna be doing in the next month or 2 months, there's way too many components to actually be calculate how it's gonna go. I think even in previous video, I would have said that, hey, almost at any point right now, we can kind of safely guess what's gonna happen in the next 2 months or 3 months. And right now I'm kind of eating my own words because I can't confidently tell you in the next 2 or 3 weeks where the market is gonna go at this point right now. What I can tell you, and what someone commenting on one of these videos did experience, is that they didn't know or they didn't think that I would be actually calculating the data real time. I'm not waiting for TREB to shoot out the report of what happened in February. They're gonna release that report, 10, 12 days into the month, where all of that information means nothing to me because we have a really fast changing market over here right now. So we're looking at the data daily. We're looking at sales. We're monitoring listings and seeing how they sell through, if they sell through, and we're monitoring inventory and all of these components all real time. So things can change. They could change quickly. How it's going to transpire in the next 30 days, no idea. But we know it's going to change one way or the other. It's going to go into crazy multiples, or we're just going to see a steady market. Which way? Not really sure. Like I said earlier in the video, if I was betting, I'd say we'd probably pick up a little bit faster, considering it is the spring market. Everyone's situation is very unique, and that's what's really cool about this business that I'm in, because everyone has a different angle and a different approach to what they're going to be doing. And that means that the advice I give most people is going to be customized to what their experience is, right? Like yesterday I had somebody say, hey, I saw another listing hit the market, they're at 750, I have a similar type of thing. Do you think it's a good time to sell? Very hard. I have to pick up the phone and call this person because I don't know what their next move is. And it's not that I'm trying to be nosy, but it depends. If you're looking to just cash out of the market, or if you're going to be looking to sell this property and move up or move down, the advice is going to be completely different based on what your situation is. All of that being said is leading me to encourage you to actually click on the link below to my calendar. I don't mind taking 15, 20 minutes out of my time to have a conversation with you, basically just discuss the real estate market. Maybe we could get into a little bit more of what your personal situation looks like, and we could try to customize some advice based on that. So again, encourage you guys to click the link below. book an appointment. We'd be happy to talk to you guys quickly about what your current situation is. Until next time, guys, remember one thing, get Cabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.